I was telling before about some particular characteristic of our center, Tabarwa, known for not attaching to discipline and not sticking to rules and regulations. And anyway, since we have Tabarwa members who are new, they come from the society and they have to face difficulties because they are used to follow the discipline and they see the freedom from discipline here in Tabarwa, and this brings problems. Some of the problems like that happened during our Dhamma trip, and it was under discussion when we could see the suffering of the person who blames others for not doing something, for not doing in the way that they want it to be done, for not following specific rules that they want to follow, but they themselves suffer. To me, it was going to the past. I could remember that before I was myself like that. I was a very controlling person. I'm saying I was, and I'm checking in my mind if it is really in the past or I still have those patterns. And definitely I do, but now they relate more to my practice when I have that discipline for myself only. I don't expect anyone else to be disciplined, to follow the rules. I don't control others, but I do keep controlling myself and putting expectations on myself, although also I know to recognize it and let it go. But in the past, it was truly so. I would like just to share to those who might still be suffering from that. This sounds like a disease when somebody is really attached to discipline and rules and regulations. I was like that. Now I'm more and more free from that. Now I am sometimes blamed for being the one who is not disciplined. Although this is the wrong understanding of those who are still attached to the discipline and they don't know the middle way, when we don't reject discipline, just that we don't attach to it. In my childhood, my parents were annoyed by my constant switching off the lights in the room where they leave just for a second to go to another room and take something, while I would already come and switch off the light, telling them that we need to save up the electricity and that if nobody uses the light, it should be switched off. They were really annoyed and they called me just a switcher, like a nickname in my family. There were other instances when I would fight for the truth and I would say this should be like this because this is like that. And they would tell me nobody needs your truth. Just relax, just let things be different. And now I'm the one who reminds everyone to relax and accept things as they are so that they should be different. Also, my father, he played a big role to make me very disciplined, and this is helpful now. Actually, this is what helps me to follow this middle way, not to reject the discipline, but not to attach to it. My father was always telling, he kept repeating, you take something, you put it back at the same place. You used it, just you return it to the same place. In this way, we don't need to look for it later because it will always be at the very same place. So this is something that I really inherited through my young years and to my adult life, and I keep doing like that, and this one is very useful. But of course, when we do something, we might have the tendency to expect from the others to do in the same way. So what is useful for us should be our beneficial point, but it will be non-beneficial, it will be a disadvantage if we start applying the same rules and same expectations on the others. So we should be attentive here. So just for a short sharing, this was to say that even though we have that as a part of our character, we may believe, that can also change. Nothing is permanent, everything is impermanent. And Dhamma helps us to release, to let go, to relax. The truth, when we in line with the truth of Dhamma, makes us more humble, more acceptant of others, and mostly important is that we become acceptant of the truth of impermanence, that we can't control something, we can't make something permanent. We can do things from our side to make something done in the right way, but we shouldn't attach to the idea that this is right and I am right and I am doing. We should try to be doing only. Doing without attachment to who and what, without attachment to the result. And the real practice is to do without attachment to the wrong understanding of someone and something. We should develop the right understanding. No one is doing. Just the nature of impermanence is bringing from one moment to another, changing, changing, changing.